Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for joining me in Unreal Engine 5 once again. Today I'm going to be showcasing my photo mode system for my game Just Balls. It's pretty cool, so I'm going to switch right in and give you a little tour. Okay, here we go. Let me just start the game for you, and I'll show you what's what. So first of all, I'll just silence the music so I can talk to you a little bit. This photo mode system is keyboard and mouse, but also gamepad compatible, and that was important for me because I like to play my games with a gamepad. So I took the extra time to make sure that that was working right, and I'll just show you with the mouse and keyboard first of all. So to start photo mode, you hit Tab, and you can see down on the bottom of there's a few instructions. You see photo mode 0 of 9. Go back to press Tab, so Tab just toggles photo mode on and off. To capture or to take a photo, you press C. It makes a circular photo. That's just a square photo with a mask on it. And you can see the number is now 3 of 9 because we've taken 3 photos. If I want to change a filter, I can press F, make a black and white photo. I only have one other filter. It's desaturated with some color. Kind of like a green sepia, I guess. And then go back to my normal filter there. And if I want to check out the photos I've taken 6 photos. So if I press V, I'll go over to my gallery. And you can hover over and you hear the sound. Also, you can see the tint changes to see which one you're focused on. If I click one of them, it hides the gallery and then has this pop up. It says, do you want to save this message? Yes or no? No, just hides that and goes back to the gallery. If I click yes, then you see saved comes up, then goes back to the gallery. If I click one of these, nothing happens. And this is all doable with the gamepad as well. So you can see I'm pressing the D-pad to move around. If I hit it's my right bumper closes and opens the gallery. Right trigger will cycle through the filters. The left trigger will take a photo. And the left bumper turns on and off the photo mode. So when I hit, see my 8, there's 9. If I try to take another one, it won't let me. Just gives you a little sound effect. And you can see all 9 photos are taken here. There's a little note down here that says, album refreshes every new level. So it's kind of like a limiting factor. Take 9 photos, you've got 9 kind of spots in your roll of film to take. So you got to be, careful. You have to choose when you want to take your photos. And if you really like the level you're on and you ran out of photos, you can just restart the level. And that will refresh your album. So if I go into photo mode, you see 0 of 9 again. If I go to my gallery, it's empty. So that's the other thing. You have to save your photos if you really like them before you leave the level. That's how it is for now anyway. And you notice it's black and white for game mode purposes. Once you find your follower buddy, the world goes back to colorful. Yeah. You notice the game pauses so you can get cool effects, can capture the cool particle effects that's going on. And then, yep, still using my control pad. Everything is working. No, back. Yeah, I think that's about it. That is my photo mode system. It has unique limitations, but I spent some time to kind of polish a tutorial series that I was following. I will put it in the description for you. It's very, very useful. It got me, 100% of the way there in terms of functionality of the photo mode system. But my gallery looks a lot different than the one in the tutorial I'm going to recommend for you. And they didn't spend any time getting the gamepad working, really. So that's my own efforts. But yeah, if you want to stick around, I'm going to go through the blueprints and I'm not going to go through any detail, but I will kind of walk you through them. And if you wanted to, if you're curious, you could pause the video and maybe reverse engineer it. But for everybody else who's not interested in making this, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Quit. All right. So potentially lots to cover, but I'll just kind of briefly go over what's going on. We have in my player controller an input action called photo mode. And if I show you over here, we have 4 new ones, all pertaining to photo mode. This one toggles photo mode on and off. This one takes a photo. This one toggles the gallery on and off. And this one cycles through the filters available. So in our player controller, we have the toggle the photo mode on and off, toggle the gallery on and off, and then this is the toggle the photo save pop-up, which is this widget here. See, it's white. It takes in as a variable this image. We'll take in the appropriate image that they click on in the gallery as an input. Where is it? Up here? Yeah. In a pre-construct, we're getting a dynamic material and then setting one of the parameters, which happens to be called photo render, and that's how we get the specific photo render into the image through a material. And I guess I can show you that really quickly. Here's the master material. This is the little mask extra bit that I added. I had to change the material blend mode to masked. Translucent might have worked, but I don't want to mess with it. It's working. This photo render takes a default photo render, current photo render target, and that is a texture target render 2D. A bit of a mouthful. If I show you the instanced version, you can see that there. And that is what we're changing with that set texture parameter variable. You can see it's called photo render. If I go back to where I was, then the pop-up. So we're changing that photo render parameter by passing in a texture render 2D. Texture render target 2D. There's no way I can explain all of this in a reasonable amount of time, so I'm just going to brush over it. You know, is handling what's visible, what's not visible, creating widgets, destroying them, trying to not destroy them if I don't have to, but in a few times I'm adding them to viewport and then removing them. Down here, this is the time of day, so if you get this node, you can break it into its pins. And I'm converting it to a string, appending them, and that is going into another append with .png that goes into the file name, and get project save directory as the file path. So when we call save photo to PC by clicking on this pop-up window, this is a bound event to this here. Let's see if I go in the gallery, I can maybe see what's going on here. Cast to photo save pop-up. No, we're getting in the weeds here. This is not efficient. Anyway. So setting focus, setting the visibility, removing things. It's all in order to get the gamepad working. Not all, but a lot of it is. And what else can I show you? This is the gallery. It's a big old mess that I could probably optimize, but it works for now. In the gallery, we're doing the same thing that I just showed you, getting dynamic material, setting the texture parameter value. And we're getting all of our snapshots are stored in this array photo gallery. And I'm taking that and I'm sending it to the save, that photo pop-up here. But for the gallery, we're populating them in an event pre-construct. So when you open up the gallery, all of this is done already, and it populates the gallery with the photos that we've taken. And the ones we haven't taken, it leaves blank. Which is why if you click on them and there's no photo in the array, nothing happens. This is our main pawn that's doing a lot of the work for the photos. So when we are over here and we say switch to photo mode, what we're doing is we're opening a widget, but we're also swapping from our main player character to control a different pawn, which we spawn in the same location as our other camera was. And then we take control of that new pawn, possess it here, and we unpossess the other one. And so that's what this pawn is. So when we're in this pawn, we only have a few actions we can take. We can't pause the game through the pause menu, can't dash, a few things we can't do. All we can do is what I've put here. So we have the move, we have the look, and we have two new ones. Take a photo. This is the IA photo capture, and this one is the cycle through the filters. So only when I'm controlling this pawn can I do these actions. This is the nuts and bolts of taking a photo. This is limiting how many we can take. I may change the resolution, but for now it's doing a 1000 by 1000 resolution square photo. And I'm saving it to a scene capture component 2D, and then we create this pop-up display. So when you take a photo, it pops up to the screen. This is what is doing that. Add to viewport. And then we do the call taken photo. So that's over here. Call taken photo. So that's when we're adding it to the array called photo gallery. And we can use it in a few different spots. I am incrementing up on, well, we're going to use this number kind of ahead of the game here. No, I guess we use it over in the pawn to see if we're allowed to take one. See, yeah, so we cast to the player controller just so we can get that gallery photo number, compare it to a max number of photo, which is set to 9. And if it's, if it doesn't meet that condition, then we can't take any more photos. So see how all of these widgets and stuff are all connected. They're very kind of messy, but it works. This photo button core is a special one because it has a lot of code to help with gamepad focusing. And I just used the same this is my core button, and it has its own same functionality for focusing. It has this extra little bit here, but I basically duplicated this blueprint and then made it into a photo button instead of a text button. And so the photo is a variable, and we use that later on, not in here at all, but it gets used in the gallery, for instance. This button here is one of these. So I've got 9 of those buttons in here renamed as button photo button 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. And because the image on it is a variable, this one here, we have it as the material instance photo material. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit lost here. So because that's a variable, we can change it with the photo render target that's stored in our array at index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So for those that are interested in making their own photo mode system, I don't know how helpful that was, but maybe it inspired you or maybe it scared you away. I'll put the link in the description for that one series that I followed by Laley. Hope I'm saying his name right. It's a 5-part series. Follow it to the T and you'll get your own photo mode system. And if you want to tweak it and make it your own, maybe you are inspired by some of the things I did here. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.